morning. It's Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023. Years gone by way too fast. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Dragon Sword. We have the 6th movement in the Dragon Sword form this week. White Dragon waves. White Dragon reveals its claws. It shows its claws. Okay, that combination in this set sets us up for a couple more things, and it's an extension of what we've just been doing. All of these dragon. So we got the green dragon, we got the red dragon, now we got the white dragon, we had the gold dragon, yellow dragon, gold dragon. All of them have different characteristics in the movements themselves and in the folklore from China that has these dragons that are not like Western dragons at all. Alright, so each has a benefit as well as some potential clause. That sense that as we're practicing Dragon Sword, Wudang, that we pay attention to both the folklore behind dragon and the reference in the internal arts to dragon, which is the spirit. And this is not the ghostly spirit kind of thing. This is more that animating spirit that we see in performance when we look at someone who's playing sports and we say that, oh man, that player's really got good spirit. They're putting their effort forth, they're trying their best, they're looking at how they can win the game, how they can be a good sport. They're doing everything they can as an athlete. They're really going at it. They're playing with spirit. That idea is what we want to pay attention to in the context of dragon. That animating nature that is elevated. Okay, so dragon is here and tiger is earth. Okay, so dragon is heaven. Dragon represents heaven. And that sense of being both light in terms of weightless and powerful in terms of being able to use the strength that we have. And when I say weightless, I don't mean weightless. I mean that we move with finesse that comes from practice, so that the outward appearance of the movement is fluid and appears. The appears effortless part is key. Let's go do some effort. Developing the strength to do some of the things that we're doing, developing the coordination, the skill, the connection to do some of the things that we're doing isn't, I know this, now I can do it. That's rote learning. Once I know it, I'm good, I can do it. There are a lot of things that we can learn in that manner. Lots and lots and lots of things. Every time we sit down and read a book, we learn something about whatever the book is telling us, right? Rote learning, we know it. knowing it and being able to do it are not the same. Being able to do it takes practice. There is no shortcut. There is no, well, if I just, there isn't. It's practice. Feet about shoulder width apart, bend the knees. Open the arms, pull up through the center, pull up through the crown of the head, hands circle the front, and back around to both sides. Up along the center line, and reach out. Smile. Not too fast, not too slow. I am going to cover quite a bit today, I think. And hands reach up. Elbows drop down, wrists, hands return to your sides. Alright, that fluidity, right leg front, and open it up a little bit. Not too much. Not too much. Stay over the heel. Don't push into the knee. And set. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and change legs. And on the other side, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, sink more, and come on up. Alright, on the floor. This idea that as we cover more and we develop the skills through these movements, the first step, so don't try to put your knees on the floor, just sit as much as you can, and what you want is your hands below your knee to pull towards you as you pull over. This is for the hip, this is not for the legs. Okay, it's easier to do this if your legs are crossed than it is if your legs are extended. And straight forward over and shift back. So, to finish that thought, as we learn what the movement is, as we learn the fundamental mechanics of the movement, it's the only way to become proficient is to practice that movement. You go practice other things that may help. This is going to help, right? This is a good stretch to practice, right? Each time I lean forward, I pull the upper body and roll the chest to the legs. All right, extend both legs. Bend the knees, right? Reach over. Tuck your shoulders to your knee. So tuck your knee into your shoulder as you pull forward. Keep your back as flat as possible. So, no, yes. Stay, pull all this up. Reach over. Don't roll your feet to the outside. Keep your feet straight. Pull up and sit back. And again, forward. Pull up and sit back. Pull forward, up, and sit back. Straighten the legs. And pull forward. Oh yeah, that a little bit more on the back of the legs, isn't it? And chest to the knees, right? Your nose is going over there somewhere. Stretch. And sit back. And reach over. And stretch. And reach over. Pull. Stretch up. And sit back. Alright. Relax for a second. These, and that was the second. Alright. Tuck your, I've got my right leg back, left leg to the front. Most of my weight is on my hip, this side, my knee here, and my hand over here. Where I want it to be is on my leg, and on this knee, and on this foot, so that if I wanted to get up without using my hands, I could. Push on this hand. This hand holds the fist right behind your hip. Push up. On your fingertips over here. Hold. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop down. Okay, so on your fingertips, push up. Bring your hand as close as you can to your hip. The other hand can hold the fist or fingertips. There's the other stretch that we're doing that you need the fist. Okay, push up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and drop down. As you hold, pull in tightly through the midsection, all the way around. So it's a circle that pulls into the center. And go one more time. We're going to go to 10. And go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And come down. The other side. The area that we're really trying to work here is this midsection and through the hips, so that the hips are open sufficiently that I can be here, use my legs, right? Yeah, if I don't have my hand there, I'm going to lean, right? I am. And be able to get up and down. The only way that happens is if this midsection is strong enough to hold. Right now, it ain't happening. So, for me, I need to build strength. Here we are. Left hand to the back. Right hand over here on the side. Ready? And we're going to 8 count. Go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And down. I'm going to go straight up, not at an angle, and keep the back straight as possible. Pull up as much as you can through the hip. Weight goes to the front, to the knee. Keep this tucked. Ready? And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stay there. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And sit back down. I'm going to stop there for a second. Because I just did something, and I'm really happy about it. You saw me let go of my hand. I did. That was good. I'm happy with that. I'm leaving that alone. That's why I stopped. That, and I stopped for a second. Take the wind. Take the wind. That sense that in that moment, I'm close. I know what I did. I know what I did. It worked. And I want to remember it. I don't want to keep going. I don't want to keep, why don't I want to keep going? Because I want to remember this. I want it to be part of my muscle memory, not just my intellectual, oh wow, I got it. All right? It is, let me say it this way. In practice, in your own practice, it's easy to become hypercritical. It's easy to say, well, okay, I got to work on that, I got to work on this, I got to fix that, I got to do that. It's very easy to become hypercritical. So when you've made progress, when you've done something that is correct, that's working, take credit for it. Take credit for it. There's all the critical you can be over here, right? Take credit for the win over here. Seriously. That personal, and because it's not anybody else, I mean, I'm sharing that with y'all right now, but it's not anybody else that's recognizing it, it's you recognizing it. That will carry your practice for a couple of days, weeks, months. It will help carry your practice for years. Because all the criticisms and all of the, this isn't right, let's pick at this, let's pick at that, make you feel like you're never going to get it right. Huh? Unless there's something over here that's, hey, that one was right. Yay, you did that. That was good. All of the criticisms, all of the little things, all of the paying attention to all of the small things that I'm doing through my hips and across the lower abdomen just paid off. It wasn't accident. All right, this is what I've been working on. This is what I've been talking about with this idea of suspend. We're getting ready to do the leg sets again, right? This is what I've been talking about with this idea of suspending, holding across the center, pulling up through the center, keeping the shoulders and the hips in good alignment, and keeping the body well suspended through the spine so that you can move without straining, right? So if I shift my weight here and I'm on my leg, I'm likely to be off balance. I'm not going to be able to hold my balance nearly as well as if I pull up and hold through the center. I'm going to go on my left leg, you're going to go on your right. Pull up, hold through the center, smile, bring your right leg up, and go to the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And put it down. And yes, I was leaning a little bit, and pull up, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put it down. To the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the other side, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put it down. All right. So, a little bit of shifting. No, not perfect. I was better the other day. That hold and that alignment, the ability to pull in and stay centered, is something we very much need to be able to do. With Dragon Sword. The extensions are full and complete, should be full and complete, not halfway, and the dynamic is lively. Okay, we're not dragon waves its tail and plays in the water. No. White dragon shows its claws. Yeah, no. Claws. Alright? Lively with spirit. The series that we're working on this week, and I'm put it back in context in a minute. The series that we're working on this week, White Dragon Shows Its Claws, we have just finished, and I'm going to start from here. we've just finished here. Sword keeps going to the outside, comes around, down, up, around, down, up again, step up, down, forward, out. Okay? That doesn't happen nearly as slowly as I just did it. But in order to, and I talked about this at the beginning, and I'm going to speed it up, the understanding of what I'm doing with the sword, where am I going with the movement, what do I need to pay attention to, right? What do I need to make sure I don't leave out? Which direction am I going? All of those things, right? So, I'm here. Come around to the left. 1, 2. Keep going. 3. Turn the waist. Come around. And up. Here. Going forward. Going that way. Step up. Be solid on that left leg as you step up, because you don't get to put the right foot down until you step forward. All right, that step up. That's all right. I said I was going to speed it up. I'll speed the whole thing up in just a second. That position as you step up, pull in, then out, and then out more. This hand should be more or less parallel, so no, yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm going to do this for a second here. I was playing with this before class this morning, so. Right. Yeah, there's a jump there. And I didn't stick the landing quite as well as I would like. But it's coming up. All right. So that jump goes up. Luckily, I've got enough space between me and the ceiling to be able to do that. Not me and the fan, but me and the ceiling can do that. Why are we paying attention to that now? Because as we're moving, I need to be ready here. Step up and down. And yeah, that does go all the way down. So, leg work. More leg work. That sense of, and I'm going to start this again, that sense that we use the full extent possible is really what we want to pay attention to. The more we can develop our own capacity to use our own full extent possible. Well, that's not necessarily the human extent possible. It's your own, right? The greater ability we have to increase that. So, if you're trying to work to your fullest, I've talked about this before, this is the spirit and the athlete, right? You're trying to work to your fullest, whatever that is. That gives you what you need to continue to develop. If you're not paying attention, if you're just kind of going through the motions, that development isn't going to be there. That level of skill won't show up. It has to be built. It's not something you can just say, okay, I'm going to just keep doing this, and you have to build it. All right, sorry. I digress. Back and come around 1, 2. Keep going. Other way. Keeping each movement clean, even as we're moving more quickly, is important. To the back, 1. Not too fast. Ready, and set. Down, around. Think about, just one more time, think about each movement gets its own beat, gets its own count. Each time we move, each time we hit a particular point, we want that to be a count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, think about this series, and it's going to be a long count, but think about this series now. I'm going to do it slow first, okay? I was going to go the other way. I'm going to do it at 3 times slow for what I just did. So I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm going to 1. It's going to go slow, but I'm going to continue to move. Ready? Back, set, and come round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? I dropped my foot too early. I'm going too slow. One more time. Slow. All right, this time, 1. Don't think about it too much. Your muscles know where the movements are. Muscles know where you're supposed to go. Or they should, right? Okay? Rest for a second. That combination of 1, 2, 3, 4, with slowing it down. So 3 times slower than it should be. Gives us the ability to find any mistakes, any places that are a little iffy. If there's anything that is not smooth, when we slow it down, we'll find it. It will show. So from here, if I slow this way down and I come around 1, 2, right? Okay, it's all right. It's not too bad. On the other hand, if I'm here and I come around, my timing is really bad because I haven't even gotten part of the way down on that leg yet. Okay, I'm wiggling too much out here and not turning enough through the waist, which is what you see on the end. It's that turn on the waist. It's not me out here with a hand. It's a turn through the waist. That timing with the sword is what we're working for. That's what we want. Okay? So, as I sit back, 1, where am I? Where does the sword have to be? Right? And I'm still a little too wide, but that's okay. Not my point for this morning. That slow turn is my hand turning over, right? Here. As I come around. Right? What happens as I turn? I'll come here in a minute. That difference, okay, that's inside, you want outside? That difference and knowing where I'm going give me the ability to move faster. So, we start out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we slow it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we speed it up. And yes, I did take a double step at the beginning. This happens. That correction, right? That combination, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm going to slow it down. Where are there issues? Well, placement. When I step back, I'm still not all the way down. I'd work on that. I'm going to work on it. And when I turn, there's a couple of places that I'm taking a bigger step than I should. For my size, I'm covering more ground than I should. Part of that is from moving. Okay? If you're moving more quickly, you will cover more ground. It just comes with moving more quickly. Right? And I was talking about that the other with the idea of practicing outside, of being outside where there's no limitation and there's no wall, there's no ceiling, there's no furniture that you have to pay attention to. That open it up, let's go with as full a movement as possible. That is part of the skill we want to develop. It can be, I find it great fun. I like flying, so I find it fun. And it's also one of those things that we can develop without something that we have to have every time we want to practice, right? So if I have, you need the sword, but that skill for how I'm going to practice, what I'm going to do in practice, that's something that we don't need somebody else to talk about. Once we learn it, we know. That, yeah, here's all the corrections that I need, and oh, look here, I got this one right, right? Just as I talked about that, I'm going to put the sword down for a second because I'm just about done. Just as I mentioned that, I had a memory reaction that reinforced that positive feedback. Cannot stress strongly enough how important it is to make note of that positive, whatever it is, whatever I've accomplished this week, or look how, I've gotten better at this, or, I look back at what I did 2 weeks ago and, oh man, I'm so much better now than I was then, or, wait, I just realized that's what I should be paying attention to, right? All of those things happen. They're all positive things. They should be recorded, remembered, at least as much as all the negative stuff. All right, I'm going to stop here for today. I appreciate that you've been here. I appreciate that I've been a little bit wordy this morning. Talked a little bit more than maybe I might have wanted to, but that's all right. I will be back tomorrow, a little less verbal, a little more movement. Wudang Dragon Sword on Thursday and Friday, Wudang Qigong. I hope you'll join me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.